is Sheila Kahyaoglu. She's an analyst at Jefferies, covers Boeing Aerospace, a number of the airlines. Sheila, thank you very much for being here. Maybe please take us through, first off, why this news on this omnibus spending bill is good for Boeing, and can Boeing continue its upside momentum?
Sure. Thanks so much, Tom. So what this news means is the MAX 7 and 10 could get potentially certified in 2023. There's 4 variants of the MAX 7, -8, -9, and the 10. They're only delivering the 8 and the 9 as of now. And although the 7 and the 10 are smaller parts of the backlog, about 25%, they're still significant. The -7 is very significant to Boeing's largest customer, Southwest Airlines. And the -10 is a competitor to the A321neo, where Boeing is losing some share. So why, big picture, is the MAX so important? Well, it's important because Boeing's targeting about $10 billion in free cash flow in 2025-26 timeframe. And about 60% of that cash flow is coming from the 737 MAX aircraft, which we believe they're producing at a rate about 25 per month right now. And that rate is set to double to 50 a month by 2025. And that's where a majority of the cash flow is going to go. They sell this aircraft for about $50 million, depending on the customer, with a free cash flow per aircraft of about $10 million. So that's why it's so important. It's 60% of Boeing's free cash flow outflow, and they've had tons of issues since 2019 with the MAX groundings, still not delivering to China, and it's gaining some altitude as it has some positive momentum on the -7, -10 use.
All right, so again, I guess, Sheila, the point being that these narrow-body jets are a huge part of the story for Boeing and its aerospace business. We mentioned over the last couple of weeks the massive order for wide-body, bigger jets that United just signed. Can you put that relativity in perspective for us here, just how important the narrow-body line is versus the wide-bodies like the 787 Dreamliner?
Sure. United's the only one spending more than me this Christmas, so thank you, Scott Kirby, for that. But as I said, the MAX is about 60% of Boeing's free cash flow outlook, with the 787 about 15 to 20% of that. So the wide bodies are certainly important, but because they're producing 25 today, going to 50 on the MAXes at 10 million a copy, they're super important. On the 787s, that rate is currently about 2 per month. We forecast that rate going to 8 per month, lower than what Dave Calhoun says he's going to get to, 10 a month by 2025. So we think that aircraft generates about 15 million of free cash flow with an ASP of around 150 million. But wide bodies aren't going to come back as international travel reopens, and we're seeing that with United's order, but United is mostly a replacement order, not a growth order.
And Sheila, before we let you go, just one quick note here on just how important the defense contracting business is for Boeing in 2023.
It's not important at all, unfortunately. We just hope it does nothing for Boeing and doesn't lose money. Other contractors are generating tons of free cash flow, but Boeing's defense business is set to lose money next year. So it's a subtraction equation for Boeing with defense. So we just hope there's no further losses due to higher inflation and the way they set up the contracts a few years ago. So we're bullish on defense outside of Boeing, but Boeing's business, we're quite bearish on there.